This soap did not go how I thought it was gonna go. Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. And you would think that with as many times as I have made like a solar system soap that this would have been a piece of cake, but I am out of practice. The planets, the colors, the consistency. I'm just, why am I rambling? Just, you'll see, roll the film. I finally get to make a vanilla soap. I don't make a lot of vanilla soaps because vanilla fragrance oils have something called vanillin in them, which discolors your soap. It can be anything from a light tan to like almost black, which works great for this soap because it's going to be a dark color because it's a solar system soap. So we finally get a vanilla. It is unfortunate though about vanilla fragrance oils because most people think of vanilla as being like white or a cream color. Okay, let's blend this up. Okay, we've got a full emulsion on that, so now I can pour out my two itty bitty accent colors. These are going to be some really bright neon colors for like Aurora Borealis or something like that. Just one of the colors that you see sometimes up in the dark night sky, or maybe even through like a telescope. So for our accents, we have a neon green and this sort of purple raspberry color. Then for our base color, we're going to add a little bit of black just to stabilize the discoloring of the vanilla, but we're also going to add some Sparkle Plenty from Mad Micas, which will give it a very starry look. Let's blend these up. I just love the starry look of that. All right, so the only thing we're adding fragrance oil to is our black right here. Just going to add in the fragrance oil and then I will blend it in by hand first to make sure it doesn't misbehave, and then we'll continue with a stick blender. Also, the funny thing about vanillas, and this is a secret sauce custom blend, is that sometimes they temporarily lighten your batter. Now I'm going to pour in about half of my black soap batter, and we're going to start adding in our soap planets. I'm basically just trying to make sure that every single bar gets somewhat of a planet. We made a lot of them because honestly, they just really make this soap. Now I am just going to plop a little bit of black across some of the planets, not all of them. And now we can add our super cool like neon accent on top. Again, the point is not to cover everything, it's to make sure that every bar gets some of each color. And if they swirl a little bit, even better. Now I'm going to add a little bit more black, and then I'm going to tap this down to make sure that I don't have any air bubbles. All right, now I'm gonna start ladling this in, and my fragrance blend has taught me something with this batch, and that is that I'm going to have to fragrance in sections because it's basically soap on a stick at this point. This is a very galactic experiment. Now I'm going to slap a little bit of this green on top. I'm not going to swirl this in, I'm just going to leave it. Kind of have a starry pattern. Gonna do the same thing with the purple. These are gonna look like tiny planets across the soap. And these clear ones have a superpower. They glow in the dark. This is gonna take a really long time. So I'll place them all and then we'll come back and do the glitter. Okay, ready? Whee! Well, I may or may not have forgotten to push record on the camera. But as you can see, we added all the glitter and it sure looks really, really good. And it'll look even better tomorrow and it'll look even better after a week because that grayish color will turn a nice dark brown. We will come back to cut it in 18 to 24 hours. We'll take a peek at the inside. We'll make some notes and adjustments and then we'll have a final recipe after this quick commercial break. Okay guys, there was panic for this soap. We learned a lot with this batch, namely that I had too many planets that were too close to the same size. So in future batches, we made some smaller planets. I learned that I also needed to crank up the saturation of these two middle colors and that I needed to put in the fragrance layer by layer instead of all in one go. That being said, the fragrance itself is really, really good. Like, I think the design was really solid. It just needed tweaking. I let these sit for a couple days so that you can see the natural discoloration that's going to happen. So you can see the edges here are a lot darker than the middle. Eventually everything will turn the color of these edges. And it actually smells, like I said, really, really good, but it did need to be tweaked. I really liked the glitter on top. I thought the little mini planets on top were great, but I needed to adjust how I did the planets, and here's what the new ones look like. Like I said, it was a little bit freaky. I was really having to rush and I was just like, this is not gonna work. And that's why it's really good to have one batch that we kind of use as a bellwether for future batches that we can make any adjustments off of when we're writing a recipe. I really like these blue planets though. I really think they look super, super cool. And I also love that every single bar looks completely different. Every time I do a planet soap, I cannot keep them in stock. Clean off all my strings here and we will cut into another one. Let's do this guy.
I have a question of the day.
All right, what is it?
So imagine this. You go on a space mission.
Okay.
You're up in space. Would you rather your only food option is space ice cream or your spaceship only plays elevator music?
Oh no. Isn't all the food up there kind of nasty? Like, isn't it all freeze-dried and gross anyway?
Yeah, but at least you have options.
I'll take the elevator music.
You hate elevator music.
I know, but I feel like, knowing myself, I could tune it out. I would start to be able to tune it out.
What if you get 12 flavors?
You're adding more. You're adding more.
I'm allowed. I'm the question master. You're allowed 12 different flavors of space ice cream.
That might actually make me change my mind, which I don't like. I'm gonna petition for you to not get to change or add any other questions or anything in there after I've already given my answer.
Question master says, denied.
What else are you gonna throw at me for the ice cream? I feel like you're not done. Like, now I've switched sides. Are you gonna try to convince me to go to the other side again?
Yeah, the ice cream, you have to make it yourself.
Get out of here.
And the elevator music, you have to record it yourself.
I'll stick both my fingers up your nose. That was very centrifugal, as my son Will would say when he's trying to say the word difficult. But hey, let this be an opportunity to remind yourself that everybody can have a weird batch of soap. It doesn't matter how many times you've made something. It doesn't matter which fragrance oils you're using or how confident you are that it's going to be a piece of cake. Sometimes things just don't work out. And that's one of the reasons why I like to post these types of videos, because I do make a lot of soap. You guys do see things go pretty much normal every single time, but it doesn't always happen that way. And what are we to learn from anything if I never post my mistakes, or the times where I get a little bit overconfident, or the times where the batter decides to just absolutely run away with itself, or the plants are too big, etc., etc. And if you don't make soap and you're watching this for entertainment, this soap can be an analogy for plenty of other things. You don't have to be perfect at something the first time. And I know that's gonna hurt some of y'all to the very core, especially people like me who tend to be a little bit perfectionistic. There is times to take your first batch and perfect it even within the second batch, okay? I hope you all have an absolutely royal day. Do something fun for yourself today, like going out and trying something new and making a promise to yourself not to beat yourself up if you're not that good at it the first time around. But you know, I don't really care what you do, just do something for you, and I will see you all in the next video. Follow me over on Instagram to find out about some amazing adventures that I am going on / have been on, and I'll see you all in the next video. So until then, bye for now. Meow.